What's up guys, how you all doing out there? I'm Paul the Tech Giant, welcome back to the channel where today I'm going to be sharing with you some more tips and tricks for your LG OLED TV. And the TV that I'm going to be using today for this demonstration is a 65-inch LG G10 OLED, but these tips and tricks will also work on the C10 and the B10. Also, along with the OLEDs, a lot of these tips will also work with the 2020 Nanocells and also some of the older OLEDs and Nanocells. Now, not every tip and trick will work on the older models, but a lot of them will. So, it's a bit hit and miss. Just try them out and, see what works on your TV. Now, I know I've previously done some tips and tricks videos and they have been very popular, but I can guarantee today there will be some tips and tricks that you guys will have never seen before from any of my videos. So hopefully there's something for everyone. Now, just a quick shout out to the guys at box.co.uk who were kind enough to send over the LG G10 for me to unbox and test out, which has allowed me to make this video. Now, if you're looking to purchase a new TV, then please go and check out the link in the description to the guys at Box. They offer a free 5-year protection plan with TVs like this, and they also price match all the major competitors. And you'll also be supporting the channel at the same time if you buy from Box. So thanks very much to Box, and please go check them out. Right, let's crack on with these tips and tricks then. And if you've got a new OLED, these are going to sort you right out. I've got absolutely loads of them to get through, so we won't hang about, but I won't go so fast that you don't understand what I'm doing. So, first off then, you've lost your remote control for the TV and maybe you want to change the channel or change the input. Well, fear not, because underneath the TV, there is in fact a button just up there. Once you press on that, that will bring up a menu where you can select, things like the power, inputs, volume up, down, programs, so on and so forth. And you simply just scroll through those by pressing the button once to select whichever one you want. And then you do a long press again to actually activate whichever feature it is you want. So that's great if you have maybe lost the remote control, or simply you just want to control the TV without the remote. Next up, we're going to look at settings. So what we're going to do is grab our remote, press once on the settings button, and there we go, we've got our quick settings. And if you go further down, you can go to all settings, which brings up more in-depth settings. So again, we've got picture, sound, programs, connection, general, accessibility and support. But there is a quicker way to get to that menu. Get your remote and hold down for a long press on that settings button there. And then you will go straight into those main settings. Now, if we just go back to the quick settings once again by pressing that settings button once, we can in fact change the order of these quick settings. So what we're going to do is go down to edit mode and click on whichever one it is we want to move or delete. And by the way, pressing down on the scroll wheel actually acts as an enter button. So I'm going to click on this one here, press enter. Then I'm going to move it down, press it again, and that has moved its location. But another good thing is you can actually change which shortcuts you've got. So we go to the plus button there, and that brings up a whole range of other ones. So I'm going to say screen off, highlight that, press that enter button, and just drop it in there. So there we go, screen off, simple as that. Now, whilst we have got that screen off shortcut up just there, this is another great one. So let's just say you've got some music on the go in the background on the TV, maybe you listen to a music channel or something like that. But you want the screen off to maybe save energy, you're worried about burning or something like that. Well, simply if you go to screen off, there we go, the screen is off, but as you can hear, we have still got audio coming from the TV. And simply by pressing one of the buttons on the remote, we'll wake the TV back up. So like I said, this is great if for whatever reason you want to save energy, or you're concerned that, whatever's up on the screen, maybe it's, a static album cover or something like that. You can shut the screen off, but still listen to the audio. So as you can see at the moment, I've got the magic pointer up on the screen, but you can change the size of that pointer. Now there are a couple of ways of doing this. So first off, grab your remote control and do a long press on that settings button. Once we've got that up, we're going to go to General, Additional Settings, and then Pointer Options. And in there, we can select from small, medium, and large. Put it back to medium. And also the tracking speed, slow, normal, and fast. Now, as said, there is another way to access these pointer options. So if we just back out of this now then, and we get the remote, press once to get that shortcut settings up there. And if we go down to edit mode, and then add, there we go, we've got pointer size just there, and we can add that one just in. There we go, now we've got a quick access to that pointer size, so you can go from large, medium and small at a quick press of a button. Now, if you're the sort of person who wants to take advantage of the accessibility settings, well, you can access them by, again, doing a long press on the settings button, just like so. And then going all the way down to accessibility like that. But there is a quicker way once again. So if we grab our remote and hold down on the mute button, that should take us directly in to accessibility. So saves a few button clicks. Next up, we're going to look at apps. So what we're going to do is press on our home button just there, and this will bring up our main apps bar. And you may not like the order that those apps are in, but you can in fact rearrange that order. So what you're going to do is either use the directional buttons, but I'm going to use the magic pointer because it makes it easier. I'm going to highlight whichever app it is I want to move. And then once I'm over the top of that app, I'm going to hold down on that scroll wheel there. So if I say the BBC iPlayer, so if I just hold that down, that has now activated it to be able to be moved. I can move it to wherever I want, and then I'm going to simply press the back button, and then that will drop it into place. Now, I've got some great news if you are into YouTube like me, because you can in fact create a shortcut for your favorite YouTube channel. So all you're going to want to do is scroll all the way to the right until you get to that pencil icon just there. Click on that and then go to Add YouTube Channel. Once you're in there, you can then search for your favourite YouTube channel. I recommend The Tech Giant myself, but just to speed up the process, I'm going to go to one of the ones that are already on there. And simply click on that. It will then allow you to drop it into your home apps bar there, just like so. But I've already pre-done mine just down the end here, so I'll click on that. And there you go, it takes me straight into my own channel. Now, for whatever reason you want to delete an app or a shortcut, well, again, simple enough. Highlight over the said app, hold down that scroll wheel button for a long press, and then you've got the option to move that about. But if you press actually up, you'll highlight the X, click on that, and say, do you want to delete? And then go to yes or no. Moving on to the next great tip then, and actually I just want to apologise for the reflection of the lights just there. I've had to turn them on, it's getting really dark at the moment, but you know, it shouldn't interfere with the great tips that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. So as we all know, if you open up a lot of applications on say a mobile phone, it can really slow it up. Well, the same applies to a TV, but you can shut those background apps down. So what you're going to do is grab your remote and hold down that home button for a long press. This will bring up all the apps that are currently open, and you can shut them down individually or do them all at once. We're simply going to this one and press delete all. And there it says itself, improve TV performance by deleting your recent apps. So I'm going to do that just now. There you go, it has shut down all those other apps. Let's move on then to probably my most used tip or trick out of the lot, and it's probably my favourite as well. and that is to create shortcuts. Now at the moment I've got the YouTube app running on the TV, and let's just say I want to shortcut this. So all I do is grab my magic remote and simply hold down on any one of these numbers. So I'm going to say number 1. So I'm going to press and hold that for a long press. And there we go. It says, do you want to add YouTube Quick Access 1? I'm going to say yes. So from now on, every time I press for a long press on number 1, it will fire up the YouTube app. I'll just show you guys that right now. So if I change the input, say to, let's go to the Xbox there. Now if I hold down number 1, long press, there we go, straight back into YouTube. Now let's just say that you don't want to shortcut an app, but you want to shortcut an input. Well, again, simple enough. So just go to your inputs button there, select whichever one it is you want. So I'm going to say go to HDMI 1, which is my Skybox at the moment. Once I've got that up on the screen, again, I'm going to simply do a long press, if my camera will focus, on one of these buttons. So I'm going to say number 2 to keep it simple. And there you go, Quick Access 2, I'm going to say yes. And there we go, that's put that up on that list. So if I press on 1 now, for a long press, he says, there we go, that's into YouTube. But I want to go back to my Skybox, I'm going to hold down on number 2. And there we go, straight back to the Skybox. Simple as that, and a really, really useful tip, and it's one that I use every single day. Now, there is in fact another way that you can access those shortcuts, and what you're going to want to do is grab your remote and hold down on 0. So you can see there, quick access, hold that down for a long press, and there we go. That brings up the ones that we've assigned already, but you can actually assign them directly from here as well. So if you highlight whichever one it is, so I'm going to say number 5, click on that, and there we go. That brings up all our sort of apps and whatnot, so you can flick through there. And I'm going to say I want the art gallery. So we're going to click on the art gallery, and there we go. That has added that to shortcut number 5. Now, whilst we're on the subject of the art gallery, this is a great showpiece for one of these TVs. So because I've just activated it as a shortcut, I'm going to hold down on number 5. And with any luck, we should go straight into that art gallery. And I'm going to click on one of these pieces of art. And there you go. It turns your TV into a piece of artwork complete with frame. And if you're interested to know more about the piece of artwork that is being displayed, you can simply press down on that scroll wheel and it will bring up some information there. And you have a few options as well where you can change up the music and maybe play some of your own stuff. Let's have a look at some more settings now then. And one of the main ones that may interest you guys is how to update the TV. So we are going to get that magic remote, do a long press on the settings button. Once that comes up, we're going to go down to support and software update, where that will then give us our current software version and give us the option to check for updates, or if you wish to allow automatic updates. Personally, I always turn this off because there has been some updates that have rolled out and they haven't been that great and people wish they've never sort of updated. So I'd say turn it off and wait for someone like me to be the guinea pig and to give you guys the heads up on whether it's a good one or a bad one. Now, you may be aware that these 2020 models take advantage of Dolby Vision IQ. Now, what this does is use a light sensor to adjust the brightness to your environment, but as well as that, it also adjusts the color as well. So whether you're in a dark room or a bright room, it will try and adjust the picture on the screen to be the same no matter what environment you are watching it in. But there is one thing that you need to make sure is turned on to have this activated. So we're going to do a long press on the settings button, down to general, up to AI service, and then make sure AI brightness control is turned on. Now, a good way to test this out, I won't do this now, but I have done it in a previous video, but it's good fun to test out nonetheless. You can do this yourself at home, is to fire up a piece of Dolby Vision content and then get your mobile phone and shine it down here where the light sensor is, and then you will see the screen will automatically brighten up because of that increased light. And then when you move it away, it will dull down again. And it is really useful on a bright day when that sun starts streaming through. It really does bump up the brightness. And like I said, not just the brightness, but adjust the picture quality. It's in like the color as well to suit. Now, if you want to check out how many hours that you've been using your TV for, or maybe buying one second hand and it's just useful to find out how many hours have been actually put on that display, well, you can actually check. Now, please just bear in mind that this doesn't work in every region. I know here in the UK it doesn't, but a lot of places around the world it does. So you're going to want to grab your Magic Remote, do a long press on that settings button, go down to support, and then to TV information. Now, I'm not going to go in there because there's stuff about the TV probably shouldn't be sharing with you guys. But once you're in there, just a few down, you should find that hours on time. Now, let's take a look at a few sound tips. So if we press on our settings button there for a long press, and we go to sound. And if we go down to sound out, click on that. Now we can click on where it says Bluetooth, and there we go. Now, if we wish, we can I'll put my teeth back in. We can set up a set of Bluetooth headphones. So I have tested this myself. I've even tried it with Apple AirPods Pro, and yeah, press that button on the back of the AirPods as soon as it's searching on the TV, and sure enough they show up. And every time you open up those AirPods, they will automatically connect to the TV, and every time you shut the case on them again, once you put them back away, the sound from the headphones will revert back to the sound on the TV. So that's a great way to hook up your headphones if you don't want to disturb the rest of the household. Now, if you want to maybe improve the sound on the TV because, you know, it doesn't sound very good out of the box in your living room or wherever it may be, then you can adjust the sound automatically. So if we go down to General, AI Service, then down to Acoustic Tuning or AI Acoustic Tuning, and we go Start New Sound Tuning. Now, what this is going to do is utilize the little microphone at the end of the remote there and just listen to the sound as output by the TV. Basically, it's then going to analyze that and adjust it to suit your viewing environment. So I'm going to press start and we'll see what it sounds like. There we go, that is complete, and it gives us the option there to test it out with AI Acoustic Tuning turned off or it turned on, so you can listen to what difference has been made. Now, one other thing you guys might not realise is that you can adjust the sound to suit whether the TV is wall mounted or on a stand. So again, get your main settings, go into sound, then go down to additional settings, and there we get the TV installation type, and it says stand or wall mounted. But I've got to say it's a bit odd because this is the LG G10, which is the gallery version, which doesn't actually come with a stand, only comes with a wall mount, which is included in the box. So no stand but a wall mount, but you get the option to say you want it on a stand, which you can't get. So yeah, bit odd, but there you go. Now, as you can see at the moment, I've got my Xbox Series X fired up, and you can actually get some extra information about externally connected devices to the TV. Now, there are a couple of different sorts of information you can get up. First up, if you grab your Magic Remote, press on this green button rapidly, about 7 or 8 times in a row. I'll just do that right now. Oh, I fired up the game, but there you go. You get the idea. And there we go, we get the information there about what is going on. Now, the way that we get up the other one is grab your remote, give it a quick shake so we get that magic pointer up, press down on the scroll wheel. This will bring up our HDMI input just there. Simply highlight and press on that. And there we go, brings up that additional information. Now there's another good thing about this, because if we just back up a little bit just here, we can actually move this HDMI input around. So maybe it's getting in the way of, I don't know, a logo, or maybe sports results every time you turn it on. Then maybe think about just moving it around to whichever location looks best for you. Now let's just say for whatever reason I don't like the way that that is labelled up, saying Sky Q West. Well, you can in fact rename the HDMI inputs. So what you're going to do, grab your remote, hold down on the inputs button just there for a long press. This will bring up our home dashboard. Now we're going to go to the settings cog just up there, press on edit, and now we have the option to edit whatever input we want. So if I go to say HDMI 3, I could change that to whatever I want, which I'm not going to, but also I could change the icon as well. So click on that, and then you've got a whole host of different icons that you can change it to. Well, there you go then, guys. Now, hopefully you've enjoyed those tips and tricks. And if you have, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, then please think about subscribing for more of the same in the future. So, thanks very much for joining me today. And hopefully, I'll catch you guys on next one. Bye for now.